Cross-contamination can be direct or indirect. Imagine if you pick up a donut. We end up with sugar on our fingers. Think how easy it would be to get the sugar on your clothes or on other items. If this was something potentially hazardous, just by handling an infected product, you could handle another item or touch someone else, causing cross-contamination. An example of indirect contamination is using a knife. When cutting an item, you can transfer parts of the food to the knife. If you then cut another item, you can transfer this and contaminate a new food item. An example of direct contamination could be where you're getting one product high in a fridge dripping down onto another one on a lower shelf, or where two foods actually physically touch each other. Other examples of contamination include food getting contaminated in transport or packaging, damage to food packaging, contamination from clothing, poor housekeeping, rubbish, and poor storage. We need to make sure that we reduce the risk of both direct and indirect contamination. We need to look at ways that this can be affected in the workplace and how we can reduce this risk as much as possible. Another way of direct contamination is smoking. In the UK, you're not allowed to smoke inside any workplace. However, when you go outside to smoke a cigarette, you must make sure you wash your hands correctly. If you don't wash your hands correctly, any bacteria you come into contact with, say from door handles, can get transferred to your hand and then to the cigarette and then into your mouth. When returning to work, you must make sure you wash your hands again, as bacteria from your mouth is transferred to your hands, which can then be transferred onto another person or onto food. Always make sure you wash your hands after going to the toilet. A general checklist to prevent contamination includes buying foods from reputable sources and check all deliveries carefully for damage, and if you see any problems, reject the affected item. Check dates and apply good stock rotation. Store foods correctly and immediately on delivery to avoid them being left out where they could be contaminated by other foods, smoke, or chemicals. Ensure personal hygiene for everyone in the food area and reduce visitor numbers where possible in food areas. Ensure good housekeeping and keep all areas clean and free from rubbish, dirt and pests. And finally, regularly check food systems to ensure that they're working correctly and keep good records.